beckons once more.
Yep, let's jump right on into it. It's going to be a best of 3 here between Team HAQ and SUHAZ Esports. They're going to need every point they get, and SUHAZ Esports, they don't want to end the week 0-2. They gotta step things up. They gotta show what they have. And Gary, he's gonna be able. Ooh, Vinsmoke might force him to actually go for the retribution. Yes, he does. That's what you want to see.
Yep, that's already a success from Vinsmoke there. Being able to force out the retribution on the very first buff of the game means that Gary cannot contest the Little Wonder. We can already see Razin there going to be able to secure it without too much problem.
Yep, and Mon, he's just going to focus on wave clearing. He wants to minimize. He doesn't want to get hit by the back impact, and he should be able to do this pretty safely for now. But more importantly, he has some form of control in the mid lane. If Sicilian wants to move out of there, Mon is going to know.
Yep, that is the effectiveness of the Molina there, being able to not only morph people, but also scout out areas for the rest of the team. We can see here, Min already checking to see whether or not SUHAZ are taking that purple buff, but that is a 2v3 situation. He'll choose not to go for it. Almost steals it with a flame shot, but nope, Razin gets it.
Yep, very smartly done. Gary, he sees the interaction. He sees where a majority of the members, he confirms that Julian is still there, makes his way on out, but he is a level down. Razin is making sure that he's staying ahead of the curve.
Yep, so we can look at the emblems overall. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Everyone's going for emblems that are pretty typical for their heroes overall. So I don't think there's too much for us to talk about here. What we do need to talk about is the fact that the turtle is going to be coming up, and SUHAZ have control over the bottom lane.
Yeah, but Lola, he gets knocked up, and unfortunately, a Falling Star Moon is going to connect. And there we go. Lola tries to turn things around with the Unstoppable Force. Flickers on out of there. As C3 Norsana needs to make a choice, but now it's going to be Min left all by himself. Forcing that flicker out too is going to mean that SUHAZ Esports will easily take this first turtle.
I think I didn't really notice until now, but this is actually an EXP lane Valentina. So Lola wants to get as high level as possible against C3 Norsana, but they do end up losing on that turtle. Looks like Gary actually chose to give it up in lieu of invading the enemy jungle instead.
Oh, a good combination with Vinsmoke and Oxygen, forcing Gary out of there. He manages to get the steal regardless in his Tempest of Blades. Ooh, that could have been bad for him.
Yep, but then the response from Ryzen, he's going for the enemy jungle now, but really good rotations from Team HAQ, gonna make sure that the Julian cannot try anything too tricky here. Right now, Team HAQ playing a pretty solid early game, but SUHAZ are actually the ones with the slight gold lead.
Yep, they're going to be holding on. This river has been guarded fairly well by Team HAQ and as well as SUHAZ Esports, none of which have really pressed too deep into each of the opponent's sides of the map, but I think the next interaction here will be happening in 65 seconds. When that turtle comes up, I think Team HAQ probably isn't going to let that go as easily unless they don't have their battle spells.
We can see here that Lola does seem to be prioritizing stealing that wild charge, which does make sense. It's basically the best ultimate he can steal from the side of SUHAZ Esports. So he's going to be playing more for it as an engager. What I'm wondering is whether or not this will shift the way that he wants to go for his item build. Will he still go full magic? Or will he want to build a little bit of tankiness so he can use that wild charge?
Oh, the call in with the Numenon Blast finds Ryzen, but Vinsmoke, he is able to protect himself from the CC. But again, nothing really happens here. They just disengage. Plans have been found out. SUHAZ back away, and Team HAQ unable to punish them further.
I'm actually kind of surprised at how passive this game has been so far. From SUHAZ, we're already expecting that they're not going to be quite as aggressive with the exception of Vinsmoke and Razin. But I was expecting Team HAQ to go for much more aggressive engagement.
Yeah, here we go. Gary looking for the first blood. Oh, the Vinsmoke finds it. Able to get the Bladed Tempest right, but Abumon quickly flickers on out of there, but he's still going to get chased down. Ryzen able to turn things. He finds one, finds a second as well. Double kill coming out of Ryzen, and now Team HAQ forced to back away.
That was not really worth it for Team HAQ. They lose both Min and Gary, which means that the turtle might go to SUHAZ, but they do find a kill on C3 Norsana. Ryzen doesn't get the turtle, it goes to Panda. He gets picked off, killing spree to the Julian, and now Lola is in a bit of danger, wants to try and chase them away, uses the flicker to get out, and Man picks up the kill on Vinsmoke.
Finally, a profit. Team HAQ able to start the engagement off with a pick of their own, gets punished, but now wait, can they get a little bit more here? Nope. Min unable to flicker any more forward than this. Numenon Blast not going to connect.
Ooh, just a lot of action all of a sudden. The game was so passive right before that, and then instantly a massive team fight. And the fact that Panda was actually able to secure that turtle there means that the net worth lead shall now go in the favor of Team HAQ. That should not have happened, really. SUHAZ Esports were the one that had the retribution.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, Razin did actually use his retribution significantly early in that initial fight, so he didn't actually have it when he was trying to secure that turtle, and that's why Panda was able to steal it away just in time. But now, top side, just a lot of bodies here, a lot of traffic happening on the top side of the map, with Min making sure he controls this side of the bush, and Vinsmo face checking, making sure that he protects his team. He doesn't want to go back in there again, right? Is he going to make a chance to go in?
Either way, though, it does look like a lot of attention is going to be given to the top side of the map right now. Panda and Abumon both have the highest goal ranking, basically even, and these marksmen are going to be quite important once the mid-game comes around to secure more objectives and advantages against their opponent. Team HAQ, though, overall has a 1k net worth lead, but that's not much to be said for it. It still can go either way.
Yeah, the passive play once again from both sides. I guess they don't really want to lose too much in these engagements, right? Because you can see that both Team HAQ and SUHAZ Esports are focusing on a lot of trade killing, right? They're not going to, you know, cut their losses and, oh, we got picked off, that's fine, let's back away. No, they look to try and get these trades down. They want to make sure they minimize the gold loss as much as they can without playing the rest of the map. Blast 5 on 2! Lola gets a wild charge into himself, a clean combination. Vinsmo manages to flicker on out of there. That's a Falling Star Moon used by CT nor Sana, but the damage has been done. That's going to be Turtle falling into the hands of Team HAQ.
Beautifully orchestrated by the players of Team HAQ right there, being able to pick off the members of SUHAZ Esports. That was a beautiful use of the wild charge from Lola after the Numenon Blast, securing 2 free kills and a turtle, since SUHAZ would not be able to re-engage. And instantly, their net worth lead has increased to 3.5k. Gary already completing his Berserker's Fury, most of their cores getting their second items.
Yep, and right now CT Nosana is just struggling, right? Lola is continuing to oppress him, and now that he's a level up on him, he gets a significant amount of spell vamp as well. Oh wait, hold on. This might be the catch that they were looking for. Lola already using the wild charge, terrifying Vinsmoke. It doesn't matter because Raisin is the majority of the damage. Gets that good pick off that they've been looking for, but Team HAQ respond by trying to take this mid turret.
Gary gonna be able to finish it off as the Numenon Blast flicker secures it onto Oxygen. A kill going over to Team HAQ, and now they see that Julian and Clint going on their tower. They will be able to take down the tier 1, but here comes Min and Mon. Will they be able to catch them out? Abumon flickers away, leaving Razin for dead as the Panda flickers ahead with the shotgun, but ends up biting off more than he can chew and falling in return.
Nicely done by Razin. He took the damage. Unfortunately, he ended up dying, but he managed to get the enhanced chains off, which ended up killing Panda, who needed to get close to make sure that Wesker was effective. Now, the rest of the members looking for another dive onto Abumon. Numenon Blast coming through. Vinsmoke is here to protect, but it's too late. The Tempest of Blades popped early by Gary, dodging the CC, and now they finally get the kill that they were looking for. They back away.
Very well timed Tempest of Blades there, just dodging the wild charge. I don't even think Gary did that intentionally. Vinsmoke's timing was just a little bit unlucky. But with Abumon down for the next 5 seconds and the Lord coming up, this could be a chance for Team HAQ to go for this objective if they're able to find one more pickoff.
Yep. Oh, Lola is going to be starting things off onto Lord's side. Min taunts his opponents to try to see how much information he can actually get in space that he can take, as SUHAZ Esports knows that it's going to be a little hard to actually contest them. A lot of the times, they just get wombo combo to the ground, so even SUHAZ Esports, knowing that they have valuable ults, must be careful of Lola.
What Team HAQ does know is that the Esmeralda is down in bottom lane, and Gary will rotate a lot quicker, so they could go for a 4v5 team fight here. But now that they no longer have vision over CT Norsana, it becomes a lot more difficult. And with the Esmeralda constantly buying time, it makes it difficult for Team HAQ to go for a full 5v5 engagement.
Yep. See whether or not that 5v5 engagement is going to happen around Lord side, because Team HAQ has been sitting around this Lord for a very long time, and I think they're just setting up because Gary can rotate fast, so he's going to set up a wave down bot side, clear that up, manage those waves, and now they begin to start their work onto the Lord, chipping away at it.
Yep, the Lord going to be playing a game of resets here as City Nursana continuing to do a very good job of just cutting the waves. We can see Gary is coming in from the back line. Team HAQ, they want to make an engagement here. Min gonna go for the concealed play. Gets caught out by Sanguine Claws though, so he doesn't get the stun he needs. Team HAQ now shift their priorities over to the Lord. Will they be able to get it before SUHAZ can respond?
Oops, let's see. SUHAZ now responding here, and yes, they do get it, but Min flickers out of there before he gets caught. Vinsmoke finds two. He ends up dying in his wild charge. C3 Nursana comes in with a falling star move, but again, that's just way too much damage coming out of Panda's Wesker. He does not care. Switches back over to Nibiru, and that is the end of that story. 11-5 with a 5K goal lead. Team HAQ pull ahead.
That was clear hesitation from SUHAZ Esports until the very last minute. They weren't sure if they wanted the full commit or not. And when it finally went for the concealed play, Vinsmoke extended just a bit too far with that wild charge, putting himself out of position and allowing Team HAQ to pick up 2 easy kills and the first Lord of the game.
Yeah, but just look at the way Team HAQ is playing this right now. They're playing off of Panda and as well as Lola. Both of them. Lola looking for these big engages every time she steals the wild charge. And not to forget that Panda's damage honestly is really significant at this stage of the game. Like, Panda has been able to get a good amount of assistant kills.
We asked our AI for its winning prediction as well, and it seems overwhelmingly in favor of Team HAQ, who now has a near 8K net worth lead 12 minutes into the game. The next thing they're going to target are the inhibitors. They are able to clear up the mid wave, but the Lord is now crashing up top.
Yep, if they can get an inhibitor here, that's already a big win. You notice that, oh, they can't really get into this. They get hit by the polymorph, and then 5-minute smoke. Raisin, he's in trouble. The Numenor Blast takes him out. CT Nursana under farm is overwhelmed and is forced to move back. Panda healing back up with the Haz's Claw, and this is great for him because he can continue the siege down towards that bottom side. They've already got 2 inhibitors. Let's make it a third.
Excellent discipline from Team HAQ, backing off, not going for the kill count here. They want to get this final inhibitor, and they pick it up easily, instantly backing off from the base, not going for more than they feel they can take.
They finally breathe. 1 minute until the next Lord. Let's look at the item list and look at how big Panda is right now. 4 complete items here. And even Gary himself, he's barely seen these team fights very often, but he has been picking up these kills like nobody's business to get almost full build. He's 1 item off.
Yeah, the same can be said for Lola. Team HAQ are in a very comfortable position now, and they've hit that 10K net worth gap. We can see from that last Lord push as well, the amount of gold EXP earned just from that one singular push by, again, the first Lord of the game. And you can tell just how commanding the lead Team HAQ has is.
Yep, 7,000 gold earned. 40,000 in terms of tower damage. This is a brutal lead indeed, and SUHAZ Esports falling significantly behind. It's just, there's nothing they can really do about this unless they get a potential pick off of Panda. Maybe there's an opportunity, but even then, chances are Abumon does not have enough damage to get through Min specifically.
Wild charge onto Min as the response from Lola instantly, but that's a lot of damage in the backline. Gary gonna get shut down by the Julian. He might have underestimated their DPS there, and that's gonna be a 1-for-1 trade.
Lord is now being done by Team HAQ, and SUHAZ, I don't know. It's tough. They could look to contest this, don't get me wrong. Resin does have 12 more seconds until the retribution. They need to take space. If they could get another pick, that would be the most ideal situation. But even now, if they're going to go for this 50-50, it's a risky 50-50.
Yeah, with Gary still down for 5 seconds, Team HAQ wants to reset this, but they're doing a good job of just pressuring SUHAZ, not allowing them to engage onto the Lord, which means that Gary should be able to come back quite soon. Oxygen already getting a very early immortality as well. He recognizes that he needs to survive these skirmishes.
Here we go. Let's see as this skirmish is about to begin. Yeah, they're going to be sending around. Vinsmoke tries, but he gets terrified right before he makes it happen. It's too late. The engagement has failed, and Team HAQ finally have the last piece of the puzzle to look to close this game out.
That's going to be a pretty big Lord take from Team HAQ with SUHAZ Esports' base completely barren, no inhibitors to speak of. This is going to be a difficult defense. Luckily, based on the timing, Vinsmoke should be back to be able to assist, but will it be enough?
The waves are getting synchronized by Team HAQ as now the final blow is about to commence. SUHAZ Esports, they've hit the 42K mark, but Team HAQ are just too far ahead here. They have to wait for Team HAQ to make it this league. Oh my god, no. I think we're going to go for it. There we go. Now they're looking for this slight engagement. They're trying to slow down this Lord. Oxygen doing his best with the bad impact, but City Sana comes in with the falling star mode. He survives, manages to hold on for a little bit longer. Oxygen, he's got damage, but they push them back. It's going to be Raisin who falls down first. Abumon is trying his best, but Oxygen needs mana. Min might be the next to fall to the bad impact. Panda's trying his best, but the range is too far. Oxygen sits under the crystal, the last hope to hold on. They have to clear these waves. It's 2-for-1 trade. They find Panda as well. Oxygen succeeds.
By the skin of their teeth, SUHAZ Esports will be able to defend their crystal against a desperate push by Team HAQ. And it does look like their DPSs are starting to scale up. Both Oxygen and Abumon doing so much work in that last engagement to slowly pick off members of Team HAQ who do not realize Cecilion and Clint are heroes that have such long range that you're not even aware that you're within kill shot.
Oh, I mean, it just feels bad, right? I mean, what can you do? Panda wants to be able to snipe somebody out. When you have Wesker, you're a little too close for comfort, but Oxygen, he has scaled, and I think this defense has brought back SUHAZ from a losing situation to now a potential turnaround here. And here we go. Oh, 50% of Gary's HP is gone. The wall charge connects onto Min. He goes down straight away, and even Clint has damage now. So this is becoming a problem for Team HAQ. It looks like they've just been outscaled, and it's important to play around these big ultimates.
This is not so good here for Team HAQ. We're seeing negative value on that last Lord push, and now SUHAZ want to go for more. A beautiful wall, but Panda reverts it, getting the kill onto Vinsmoke, forced to flicker out of Sanguine Claws. Here comes Gary to make sure to zone them out, but he just stays for a bit too long and gets picked off by SUHAZ Esports.
Oh, that was huge. A huge play. And now SUHAZ are back in it to win it. Coming down from a 8K lead from Team HAQ all the way down to 3K. SUHAZ just has to play the macro game. It's unfortunate they're playing at a disadvantage because they don't have inhibitors, but other than that, SUHAZ can now win team fights.
They absolutely can. Their damage has finally started to kick in, and this could be pretty dangerous for Team HAQ. The Lord now going to be contested. This is 18 minutes in. This is a dangerous Lord to give on over. Here they come. Min gets the stun, but Razin will secure it. We might be seeing a potential comeback here, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, let's see how far this comeback is going to be for Team SUHAZ Esports. Oh, they continue to press up forward, and now we're back to the stalemate position that we saw literally like 8 minutes ago.
We have just seen a 10k net worth lead reduced to 1k, and in terms of items done, basically all the cores on both teams have already achieved full build. Considering what we've been seeing today, it's starting to seem like a 10k net worth difference may not necessarily be a death sentence.
Yeah, no, I think you're totally right here, and I think, you know, SUHAZ Esports held out long enough to make it count. Immortality as well as an Ice Queen's Wand, the final few items coming in from SUHAZ Esports. They're going to be on equal footing against Team HAQ, and that's what you want to see, an all-out brawl as SUHAZ take control over the bottom side of the map, and this Luminous Lord should easily crash through this tier 2, and now the rest of THQ must respond to it.
Oh, but look at Gary. He's cutting the waves himself right in their base, basically making it so that SUHAZ Esports will not be able to get any more towers, especially in the important mid lane. Team HAQ going to end up losing all their towers in the top and bottom side, and the net worth has actually now skewed towards SUHAZ.
Yep. Mon, well, he's actually doing a good amount of damage Wait, hold on. Wait, no, the Numenor Blast is coming through. He's trying to flip it, but it gets canceled by the enhanced chains. Panda manages to flicker out just in time to blow up Abumon. And now they're on the run. They trade a 1-for-1. Gary tried his best to go for the sniper. Isn't still alive, but now with a 1-for-1 trade, a jungler for a gold laner. Do they want to press their advantage? I don't think so. I feel like Team HAQ are pretty okay with just taking the purple buff and just chilling for 60 seconds around the Lord.
This is just intense right now. I don't think we were expecting this at all. Abumon, unfortunately, out of position in that last fight, but Gary is now finding it very difficult to dive into the backline for SUHAZ as well. And we have to give props to Raz, and that was a beautifully placed enhanced chain recognizing the risk of a Numenor Blast, putting it right behind him to catch out Min. Otherwise, that could have been much more disastrous for SUHAZ.
It could have been way more disastrous for SUHAZ, but that was just well played. Some really good calls, and Resin making a good save for the team. Now, 20 seconds. This is the big one. This is the make it or break it here, because if Lord falls into the hands for SUHAZ Esports, they're almost guaranteed a way to crack open an inhibitor. If Team HAQ gets it, I think SUHAZ Esports is going to bow out for game number 1.
This final Lord, hopefully, is the final Lord here for both these teams, because fatigue is going to be a matter of fact. This is only the first game of the series. Whichever team is able to win this fight and claim this objective will have a very good chance of coming out on top. And we can see that I believe Gary did just go for his final item, a BOD, at this stage of the game.
Yeah, he wants to execute these low targets. He's going to help clear up topside, but he cannot kill CT Norsana, so he's just going to focus on the minions. The rest of his team is going to be hovering around the Lord pit here, knowing that the waves will naturally push if they just leave it to its own devices.
This is risky. This is tense for both these teams. It is a very, very sensitive waltz between both sides right now. Bloodwing's now picked up on Oxygen. He knows he needs that survivability. He's got more than enough damage. He just needs to find the right target.
Let's see how that's going to go as the proxies from both sides are coming through, and I think Gary just slipped on through. They will, I'm guessing the wave is most likely going to see him at some point, but if we look back, on the Tribrush side, we do see that Oxygen is getting some good damage onto Min. He doesn't really feel anything, and I think he's scaled now and built in to magic resist, but again, this back and forth, we're not really seeing the full commitment from either side just yet.
We did see that Team HAQ tried to turn around on the Esmeralda when they saw CT Norsana alone behind them, but he was able to get out without too much issue. Now, all 5 members of Team HAQ are on top of the Lord. They know that CT Norsana is not nearby. This could be a 4v5 situation.
Panda's chunking it down. They're waiting for it. When's the call going to be made? In smoke, he's right out in the open. Let's see this 50-50 as they start moving on in. The conceal play happens at THQ. They're just juggling the aggro of it. They're waiting it out. This is smart. CT Norsana gets spotted out into the brush. The rotations have happened, and here comes the wild shot. Knocking 2, finding 2 more in the wall. Nana survives, but Gary's going to try his best to take out Abumon as he tries and runs away. The damage has been done, and now SUHAZ Esports have control over this Lord pin. Fortunately, Team HAQ can't let it fall into their hands. Lola dancing around them, Panda looking for some snipes, and even SUHAZ Esports just trying not to give this over.
We can see that Gary decided not to teleport back to his base after all, and that's not the best situation. He doesn't have purple. He needs to kill jungle creeps to heal back his HP, and both teams are still playing very precariously around this. Vinsmoke gets a nice stun. They find Panda. Immortality popped out. Gary comes in, picks up 1. Immortality pop. They find Razin. Gary alive. Panda alive. CT Norsana will be able to pick up that final kill, but guess what? Lola's in the back line. He's on top of Oxygen, and guess what? Gary's
running for it.
Pushing. Gary's in the back line. The minion wave is approaching, but CT Norsana is back. Gary has no HP. He can't go for this, but guess what? They found Oxygen. Oh! The Winter Trunking keeps him alive. Oh! the trade!
He gets the trade right at the very end. A monster kill coming at him on a 4-for-2 trade. And now with 3 members alive, Team HAQ are looking to end this. Mod can clear that wave and Gary can help him out.
City Norsana going to be the lone survivor. Will he defend 1v3? Jumps in, 3-man falling Star Moon, but it's not going to be enough right into the Doom and on blast. Immortality popped down. Gary on top of the crystal. Winter Trunkian keeps him alive, but not the crystal. Team HAQ will finally end this game 1 of the series.
Woo, what a shift in tempo. THQ comes up with game number 1. GG, well played. Can you hear the chants here at the live stage? Look at that fan base.